And Rob, who is this? Xiomara Castro de Zelaya. She's the current president.
Yeah.
You said this eight hours ago?
Yeah.
To the Honduran people, I report with historical responsibility that based on verified intelligence information, Juan Orlando Hernández, pardoned in the U.S., plans his entry into the country to proclaim the winner of the elections at the same time that an aggression is underway aimed at breaking the constitutional democratic order through coup against my government in the face of this serious situation. I urgently request the conscious and peaceful support of the Honduran people. I call upon the people, social movements, collectives, grassroots organizations, militants, and citizens to urgently and peacefully gather in Tegucigalpa to defend the popular mandate, reject any coup attempt, and make visible to the world that a new coup is being hatched there. Do you have any plans of going back?
I cannot go back right now. I am, if you allow me, although President Trump already pardoned me, and he has the courage to do it because he already passed, I mean, for what I have been go through, the lawfare against him is, I mean, I haven't seen a case in history what he faced. So he understood and he knows what really happened with my case, so he pardoned me. But you know, I haven't seen my family for almost 4 years. And now they are facing those threats. I want to reunite me with my family for a while. Meanwhile, the new government in Honduras is established. I want to go back to my country. My dream is to take care of my family, my mother, my children, my grandchildren, and that's what it is. But you know, being there right now, they are in danger. So, and the Biden administration, they took away their visas, and they couldn't even come to my trial.
Your family's visas were taken away by the Biden administration?
Yeah. You know that they didn't even come to my trial? When I see other trials from the really bad narcos, the real ones, and their family is right there, and my family couldn't come.
Wow. That's unbelievable.
You know how it makes me feel?
Oh, my God.
That's cruel and inhumane. Anyway.
That's terrible to hear that. And by the way, do you know who did? Who took the visas away? Anybody specific? Because I don't know if Biden did it. Somebody on his team probably did it. Because it doesn't sound like you have a bad relationship with Biden.
No, I think that he didn't even know about that. I think it was things. I mean, there was a group of the very radical left in the Biden administration that did this whole thing. I guess there were people from the State Department and the White House.
But you don't know any names of who that would have been.
I have an idea, but I don't wanna. I don't wanna say it. What I know is that there was a guy during the Biden administration. He was applauding me every time, even taking pictures with me. When President Trump won the election, he asked my former chief of staff if I can go to meet Biden. And I said, listen, but the United States has already a new president. My relationship is with President Trump. But anyway, I went, and Biden was there. And this guy was there. He was setting up the meeting. And I said, so this is going to be your campaign headquarters, something like that? Because I want to put distance between that political thing. And he said, no, not like that. And when I was signing the third country agreement to stop illegal migration with President Trump, we signed it in New York. And before I did that, I went to several countries in Central America to talk to the presidents so that we can do it together, as Charles Wolf said in a video, and I think that it is in the presentation. Charles Wolf was saying, President Hernandez helped us to convince the other leaders of the region to do that. And when I signed it, that the same day that guy started to attack me recklessly.
The same guy?
The same guy.
And do we know this guy?
I don't want to say it right now, but I'm going to give you the information with all
Well,
the
I'm going to
details.
give, so, because you're going to have one name's going to be Blinken.
I'm sorry?
One name would be Blinken, Anthony Blinken. Okay. I don't think it's Lloyd Austin. Mayorkas.
I don't remember clearly if his last name was Gonzalez.
Menendez or Gonzalez?
Gonzalez, the same one who was making deals with the Venezuelan regime.
Got it.
It's the very radical left. But you know, there is this is the other part of the Democratic
Juan
Party.
Sebastian Gonzalez?
I don't know if I don't remember.
Could
be
Senior Director of National Security Council for the Western Hemisphere of the U.S.
Could be that.
Yeah. Leader, he reported to Jake Sullivan.
Yeah. But you know, several congressmen and senators used to come to Honduras and to see how things was going on. And the funny part is this: they came to the Senate or the House and they report to their committee. And there was a consistency between the International Narcotic Strategy reports saying that Honduras was improving every year. It is right there. And that information is produced by the DEA, Coast Guard, and the Customs. But also, when they went to Honduras and they meet with the U.S. Embassy team, the security team, they came to report. And one senator said, something really good is happening in Honduras, and it has to do with the new leadership of President Hernández. Now, the two very bad guys came to surrender to the United States because they felt the heat from the President Hernández government. And you know who one of those guys was? One who was lying in my trial. And he was a senator who was brave and who went to Honduras. He even came, some of them even came to my home to tell me, could you please talk to the other presidents in the region so that we can expand what you have here in Honduras?
Is this a well-known senator in the U.S.?
Yes, several.
Do you have their names or?
I don't remember clearly. I remember that he was from Delaware.
Delaware is where Biden's from.
But I can send you the names and
I'd love to know who it
the
is.
photos and everything. And there were meetings also, and they were asked about how Honduras were doing, and they were saying words like this: he took unprecedented measures. The historic results are right there. He's a man of his word. And they even said in the cables, and they told me in private, as never before, look at this, as never before, the United States has a close and effective relationship against narco traffickers that with the government of President Hernández. And that is in the classified cables.
Wow. Is that Tom Carper?
I think, yeah. He used to be in my home.
Tom Carper used to be in your home.
Yeah.
And so he's thankful for what you're doing. He's asking you to talk to the people around, to minimize the cartels and work with other world leaders. And then he comes back around.
And report to the Senate.
And then he sides against you?
No.
He's a good guy.
He didn't say anything that I know.
Okay,
but
got it.
But in the Senate report, in the how do you call the place and they put all the hearings, you are going to find that information over there.
I got it. Okay, interesting. Well,
and I can send it to you too.
I'd love to see it. I would love to see it. But let's stay on this because Rob, if you can pull up the map, just pull up the map where on the PowerPoint that he has. Can you go show where, okay, if you can go to present mode, if you could.
But also, if I could add something else, there were not only the International Narcotic Strategy report saying that the improvements of Honduras against the drug traffickers. My administration was certified every year during my 2 terms as a reliable partner in the fight against drugs. And that report, by law, has to be sent on March every year from the office of the president, in the name of the president, to Congress, so that Congress can allocate money to the agency so that they can work with a reliable partner. It is right there. It is in the official documents. And so when you ask if they knew this, and there, in my case, there was a single U.S. official testifying against me, it was, that's what we call a lawfare, because it was for political reasons, because they didn't like that I was using the military as that I was tough in law and order. They didn't like also I back up what the decision of President Trump moving the embassy from from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem. I did the same too. I back up Israel in the United Nations as well. The new concepts that we create to attract investors to Honduras as the new free economic zones. After that, I went to see how they function in South Korea, in Singapore, in Asia. They were all against those ideas. They said that we're too libertarians. And I said, listen, it is in Honduran territory. I want Honduras to be exposed to the best opportunities so that they can come and invest. And we are very well located in the central of the continent. We create a dry canal to move cargo from the Pacific to the Atlantic. And of course, I wanted a train to do that faster, because the Panama Canal doesn't, it is not enough to move all the maritime cargo that moves from one ocean to the other. So these other things, I mean, they didn't agree on that. And so many other things. For example, Honduras is a very Christian population. 94% could be Catholics or evangelicals. And they were pressuring me to change our constitution, because in the constitution there is something that, a provision that nobody can adopt children if they are couples of the same sex. And I said, listen, any president who wanted to do that in Honduras, all the churches of the people from faith is going to overthrow that government. So you have to understand that we have our own values. We believe in family. Of course, we respect if anybody is, let's say, gay or however they can gonna call it. If it is a human being, we have to respect them. But you know, if you are going to talk to children, that you can go to the school dressed like a little girl or whatever, you cannot do that in Honduras. So there were so many other things that they didn't like.
So in Honduras, a gay couple cannot adopt kids.
No. It's in the Constitution for almost 20 years ago.
It's in the Constitution that gay couples cannot adopt kids in Honduras.
Yeah.
Very interesting. When we set out to create a shoe that blends comfort, function, and luxury, we had the choice to make it fast. We had the choice to make it cheap. We chose neither. Instead, we chose Tuscany, Italy. We chose true Italian craftsmanship, each pair touched by 50 skilled hands. We chose patience, spending 2 years perfecting every detail, and we chose the finest quality at every step. Introducing the Future Looks Bright collection. Not rushed, not disposable, not ordinary. Rather, intentional, luxurious, timeless. If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.